We talk about boomers and their pensions, millennials and their student loans. Gen X gets ignored, but they're quietly fine. Then there's Gen Z, born 1997 to 2012, and nobody can figure them out. They'll skip buying a new house, but drop $200 on a skincare routine. They'll say capitalism is broke while running a six-stream side hustle before they're 22. They're the most financially anxious generation on record, and somehow also the most comfortable talking about money out loud. Here's what nobody tells you. It all traces back to one thing. They came of age watching money get faked in real time. Picture this. You're 12 years old. It's 2020. School closes on a Tuesday and never really reopens the same way. You're watching the news with your parents, and the stock market is doing something that makes no sense. It crashes, then it rockets to record highs while actual people are losing jobs and standing in line at food banks. Then you watch people your age become millionaires overnight from stock called GameStop, mostly as a joke. Then you watch a coin with a dog on it make people rich for no reason anyone can explain. By 15, you've learned the most important lesson of your financial life before you've ever had a real paycheck. The system doesn't run on logic. It runs on attention. That lesson broke Gen Z's brain in a very specific way. They don't trust institutions, but they trust strangers on their phone. Here's the first contradiction. Gen Z is the most skeptical generation of banks, employers, and traditional financial advice on record. But ask them where they actually learned about money, and most of them will say TikTok, YouTube, or a random creator on Instagram. A total stranger with no license, no credentials, sometimes no idea what they're talking about. That sounds backwards until you understand why. A bank commercial feels like a sales pitch. A 45-second video from someone who looks like them talking in their language feels like a friend explaining something. It's not that they trust financial information more casually, it's that they trust the messenger differently. Institutions feel like they're hiding something. A stranger filming in their bedroom feels like they have nothing to hide. That's not always true, but it's how it feels, and feelings drive money decisions more than facts do. They're terrified about their future, but they spend like there isn't one. Surveys consistently find Gen Z is more anxious about their financial future than any generation before them at the same age. Many don't expect Social Security to exist by the time they retire, and a huge share think they'll never be able to afford a house at all. And yet, this is also the generation normalizing $7 coffee, skincare hauls, and concert tickets that cost half a paycheck. This isn't recklessness. It's a rational response to a hopeless feeling math problem. If a generation genuinely believes the traditional milestone, a house, retirement, financial security, are out of reach no matter what they are, saving toward those milestones stops feeling like discipline and starts feeling like delaying joy for a reward that may never come. Psychologists call this present bias under perceived scarcity. When the future feels unreachable, the brain quietly prioritizes toward what it can actually guarantee right now. It's not, I don't care about my future. It's, I'm not convinced saving gets me there, so I'm not giving up today for a maybe. They preach anti-capitalism, but they're the most entrepreneurial generation alive. This one confuses marketers constantly. Gen Z will post about capitalism being broken, then spend their weekend building a Depop shop, a Discord community they charge for a print-on-demand store, 3 income streams before they finish a degree. Self-employment and side income among Gen Z is already outpacing where millennials were at the same age. It's not actually a contradiction once you look closer. They're not against making money. They're against making money the old way, climbing a ladder at a company that could lay them off with a form email, the same way they watched happen to older siblings and parents during 2020. So instead, they built income streams that don't depend on one employer's mood. It's not entrepreneurial ambition in the traditional sense. It's the same instinct as buying insurance. Don't depend on one source because you watch what happens when that one source disappears overnight. They talk about money constantly, but they learned almost none of it from school or parents. Older generations were taught not to discuss salaries or debt. Money talk was private, sometimes shameful. Gen Z blew that up completely. They'll post their salary, their rent, their student loan balance, their net worth publicly without blinking. Here's why. Silence around money is exactly what let previous generations get quietly underpaid, oversold on bad mortgages, and stuck with debt nobody warned them about. Gen Z watched that silence hurt the people before them, and their response was radical transparency. If everyone knows what everyone else makes, it's harder to get taken advantage of quietly. It's not a lack of shame. It's a generation that decided privacy around money was never actually protecting them. It was protecting the people benefiting from their confusion. They want financial advice badly, but they trust no single source completely. This is the quiet contradiction underneath all the others. Gen Z consumes more financial content than any generation before them at their age. But they'll watch 5 different creators explain the same topic before deciding what to believe. And even then, most say they still don't feel confident they're making the right call. That's not indecision. That's a generation raised on information that turned out to be fake, sponsored, or wrong often enough that verifying everything twice became the real default setting. They grew up watching misinformation spread as fast as real information, with no way to tell them apart at a glance. So they never fully relax into trusting one source, one platform, or one voice, including eventually whichever creator they're watching right now. What this actually tells us: Gen Z isn't confused about money. They're responding accurately to growing up watching the rules get rewritten live, a market that made no sense, institutions that felt hollow, and a future that stopped looking guaranteed no matter how many boxes you checked. They didn't inherit a broken formula and follow it blindly like the generations before them. They watched it break in real time on their phones before they ever got a paycheck of their own. That kid watching a market crash and spike in the same year turned something most 12-year-olds never have to learn that early. The system isn't logical, so trust has to be earned individually, verified constantly, and never fully handed over to any one place again. Drop a comment. What money habit do you have that actually makes total sense once you think about where it came from? Subscribe if you want the next one in this series.